Hi everybody. Just yesterday, three cities in UP have been rocked by Islamist terrorists. They claim Indian Mujahideen. I never heard of them. 2 days before, the street of Calcutta, the whole city of Calcutta, was vandalized, typically vandalized by few more Islamist extremists, may not be terrorists. Question is, I don't know really how much is the difference. Now, the issue that at hand is, how do we solve this problem? Well, before that, let's see how different people are speaking out to it. If you talk to a general Hindu, most of them will blame it to perennial problem of Islam, that is a religion that is bad. Well, I'll come to that point. Is it religion that is responsible? Well, talk to a Muslim, he'll say it is a handiwork, most possibly, of some Hindu element, because they are the one who will benefit most out of the communal flare. Well, may be right, may not be right. Many of the Muslims also will say that most of the Indian political parties are not trying to solve the problem of the Muslims, the youth who are not getting the job, they are not getting the proper employment, which is also true. But the most interesting thing that I'm going to talk about it here is about the government. If you talk to the government will tell you it's neither Hindus nor Muslim, but it's about the Pakistan. Why it's Pakistan? Because Pakistani people don't have anything to vote. Government is afraid of anything and anybody who can vote. So everything that's happening wrong in India has been blamed in the name of Pakistan. Now if you read one of the Pakistani daily, Jang, you'll find out the same. Anything wrong that used to happen wrong in Pakistan, they'll blame it to India, because India doesn't have any vote or any share in Pakistan. Question is that Pakistan, or is Islam, or is it Hindus, or is it Muslim? Who is truly responsible? If you think more clearly, you'll be able to find out the answer. And let me give you the real analysis. Most of the terrorists has a typical common mindset. In the case of Islamist extremism, they believe they are not responsible to the laws of the art, laws of the human being. They are only responsible to the Allah. And yes, this psychology contributed a lot to terrorism. But this problem is not confined within the Islam. Even if you talk about the Tamil Tigers, or if you talk about the Japanese terrorists or IS terrorists, all of them more or less have same kind of problem, allegiance to an extraterrestrial element. They believe they are not responsible for anything that's happening on the earth. Now, question you may ask me, why then most of the terrorists in the world are Muslim? Well, the problem doesn't lie in the Islam. The problem lies in the fact that Islamic education, even today it's surprising that even in the modern age, because of the fact that liberal democracies has not been established in most of the Muslim countries, it has become a problem. This problem that most of the Muslim youth are getting trapped into this kind of deadly extremist religious ideologies. There has been terrorism across all the faith, and all of them have the same strategy. So obviously I don't think that it's a religion that absolutely has to be pointed out. It's the fact that they have not been liberalized, that society has not been liberalized to the extent that it can accept the fact on the ground. But that's another thing. Question is, what's the role of our politician? As I told you, our politicians are scared of Hindus, scared of Muslims. So straightforwardly, they'll be talking about Pakistan. On the street of Calcutta, the protest was done by mostly the Muslims who are living in Calcutta, some Urdu-speaking Muslim, but yet the blame has to go to Pakistan because Pakistani people don't have the vote. Well, they might have the handiwork, but why do we allow them? What the hell you are doing? Why the people are paying tax? Why the people are paying tax to maintain such an intelligence department? Yet, repeatedly, over so many people died in extremism in India, and the blame goes to Pakistan, as if Pakistan will keep doing it and our intelligence agency will tell him, oh, we know it was Pakistan, you have nothing to do with it. That's foolish. Then, who is responsible? Most of the Muslims don't want terrorism. They're indeed against terrorism. Most of the Hindus do not want terrorism. They know by we've heard that most of the Muslims don't do this. It's about some political people, some power-mongering people among the Muslim communities are responsible, and they are being aided by their counterpart in the Hindu communities who are equally power-mongering and knows that this will create a polarization from which they will benefit. And what's the role of our leftists who are supposed to oppose it? Well, in other days, the Biman Bose in Calcutta says, Muslims better be leading this country or else their peace cannot be maintained. So look about this. This is the scholar of Indian communist. The leader of Indian communists is telling that he doesn't have any responsibility. He doesn't have any responsibility for maintaining the liberal democracy. And he's telling a author like Taslim Nasrin, who exposed the ugly face of not only Islam. Let me tell you, I'm very familiar with her writing. She writes in Bengali and I'm reading her for the last 13 years. Not only he exposed Islam, he exposed the atrocities against women also in Hinduism. She spoke against all the religion. And yet, not a single communist leader is coming forward to protect her. Was the leader of the Indian communists, Biman Bose, want her to be expelled? So think, who can protect? I can tell you this, there are only couple of people among the communities who might be responsible for extremism, but it's the politicians who are making this rat to a cat and then cat to a tiger. Because it's easy to get the vote in the name of hatred and not in the name of humanity. So, be careful about the Indian politician, whether it's the Congress. You know, the other day in Calcutta, the person who was responsible is the Idris Ali, who is a Congress leader. He is the chairman of minority cell in West Bengal, and he himself is responsible for the violence that happened in Calcutta. So these parties of Congress, these parties of CPM, these people of BJPs, and these people of Mulayam Singh government, all of them are bloody culprits and criminals. And I don't know how these bloody criminals can respect and protect our constitution, to protect the life of our valuable life of our people. Thank you.